So not being in a resourceful place limits you, even though you've got a clear picture of what you need to be doing or moving towards. You've actually created greater hindrance for you to even be able to take the appropriate steps to be able to get there.
When you don't see a clear vision of how you can fulfill your highest values, you're clouded.
Yeah.
I've been in situations where I've spoken in corporations, and there's a great percentage of them sometimes, particularly during downturns in the corp, that a lot of people are sitting there on the fence wondering if this is where they want to be.
Yes.
Imagine the customer. How's the customer experience that? There's no way. If you're not inspired by what you do, you're costing your own life and health, and you're costing the company's health, and profit margins are going to go down and overheads are going to go up. Because when you hire somebody, if they can't see how the job duties and the vision of the company are going to help them fulfill their values, they're going to ask immediately when you're about to hire them, what are the incentive packages? What's the bonuses? What am I going to get? They're asking for everything other than how can I serve?
Yes.
When they see how they're going to fulfill their values doing it, they say, let me at them, I want to serve. The rest of it comes to them. So when people are doing something that they're inspired by, it was Peter Lynch that said when he was buying stock in a company and he would visit them to see what the quality of the people working there were, he said, I'm looking for people that are grateful for their job, loving what they do, inspired by the vision of the company, and enthusiastically working. If they don't have those four things, that company's going backwards, not forward. It's going to have higher overheads and less profit margins.
So it's all about a process, I think, John, is what you're really saying, is see everything you find in your life, be it the job that you're in right now, which may not be ideal, as part of the process, as part of the growing experience. So it's something that's developing you, because ultimately you attract success by the person you become. So if you use that as a tool, as a medium to move you in the right direction, you're on the right path.
Anything you can't say thank you for is baggage, weighing you down, holding you back, and affecting your profits. Anything you can say thank you for is fueling you forward. Yeah. It's that simple. And so anytime you can see the actions that you do and the experiences that you're facing as opportunities to fulfill your highest values, you take crises and make them blessings. You take scars and make them stars. You take challenges and make them opportunities. You sit there and take drama, and you make it into basically a television performance. Right. So you've got to basically know how to take it with your mind. The master of business is the master of the mind.
Yes.
And if the mind can't perceive opportunity and challenge, it's losing out already.
Yeah.
I was just sitting in the mall in Santon. I just caught a quick bite, and I stopped the mall. I was looking for a pair of shoes, and I stopped at a shoe shop, and it was very educational, because I ask questions to people that they don't even know why I'm asking it. Yes. It seems like sometimes small talk, but I'm trying to get data. And this gentleman went on and on and on about the challenges right now in his business, and went on, and he was doing this in front of me, and I'm going to buy 2 shoes possibly from him, but he was going on and on about the problems. And he was very problem-oriented instead of solution-oriented. Yes. And I said to him something at the end. That's all I said is, have you heard of Parkinson's law? And he says, no, I've never heard of Parkinson's law. And I said, Parkinson's law states that if you don't focus and put your energies and time into high-priority things that lead you to solutions, you will automatically fill up with low-priority things that build problems. And he kind of puzzledly looked at me. And then I said, if you don't set an agenda and fill your day with absolute inspiring actions that you know and have proven with certainty give you results, your day will fill up with weird stuff, just low priority stuff, unexpected stuff that will erode your productivity. And I just threw these little hints at him, and I said, so I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We'll have another discussion about this. And you could see him just going, God almighty. Because he was aware then. I got to him. I never said anything about him. I just made that statement. But I think he was reflecting on what he just did. Because he was focusing on the problems, not solutions. Now there's wisdom in identifying the problem, but being solution-oriented.
Correct.
But it's another thing to just be dwelling on the problems and running the story. That's like going to a therapist, a shrink, which will shrink you instead of stretch you. Right. And put you into this vicious cycle of running your victim of your history story instead of mastery of your destiny story. Right. Yeah. You always want to be focusing on how you want it instead of how it's not working.
I'm hearing the conversation at a level where a lot of us will agree, whether it's just something that we've articulated because we read it in an article or a book around business, where people are the most important asset we have in our business. But what I'm hearing here as well is that there's a level of abundance or bankruptcy that sits in that same element of our business. So if people, it's not as simple to say as that, just people are our highest commitment, or people are our greatest investment, or people are our greatest commodity within our business. What I'm hearing as well is that there's a particular type of person, a person that's not going to be hanging around in victim mode, a person that's going to be batting below their potential because they always focus on the problems as opposed to opportunity.
But we have to be careful, because it's unwise to ever label anybody
one way or the other.
One way or the other, because one person who is a square peg in a round hole, as they say, it's not matching it. A person who doesn't see how their values are going to be met in their job are going to end up focusing on the problems. But the person who sees how they're going to fulfill their life, they take on those challenges, because people who are fulfilling their highest values will endure pain and pleasure in the pursuit of what inspires them. And people who don't will look for immediate gratification to compensate for their unfulfillment. And they'll want a quick fix instead of a long-term opportunity and vision. So when people can see how they're fulfilling their values, they automatically are more aspiring, and they become more affirmative to life. I can, I know, I am, instead of I can't, I don't know, and I'm not. And so in the process of doing that, if we can help them by asking questions to link the duties to those values, and we can show them, and there's a science on how to do this. It's not hard to do. It just takes a moment to do it. Show them how to do that. We can take somebody that appears to be unproductive and transform their entire attitude, because their attitude is based on their perceptions of what's going on relative to their values. The greater the congruency between their intentions and their perceptions and their highest values, the more affirmative they are, the more ingenious they become, the more innovative, creative, and more productive they become, and their certainty and leadership skills emerge.